Good morning, everyone.
Hello, sir. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome, Nyang. Welcome, Shalvi.
Good morning, Manish.
I think you were unable to join me yesterday, Shalvi. I think you were not
Yes,
there.
sir.
Had you seen the recording?
No, sir.
We'll have a quick recap. Urvashi, I think you were not there yesterday.
Yes, sir. I couldn't join.
Good. So we'll wait for 2-3 more minutes. So those who were unable to join yesterday, for them, a quick recap since Nyang and Surmai yesterday joined. So they will help me to do that quick recap. So we started with this role yesterday, what this role is all about, parent coach, and what it takes to be a great coach. So we were discussing about what is coaching, fundamentals of coaching. When you see the recording, you will get to know. So we discussed about that coaching is enablement, where you are enabling your coaches to do their job effectively or to reach their goals in time effectively. And we were discussing about the important two aspects which are very important to be kept in mind when you do coaching. How well you do assessments. Assessments are very important when you act as a coach. The first step is assessing, because in parenting we can't have ready-made solutions. We need to have tailor-made solutions. So if we want to design a solution tailor-made for a family, we need to do assessments. The first step is assessment. And after assessment, if you want to help people from all backgrounds, from all geographies, with all type of personalities, with all type of different dynamics, then you need to have multiple perspectives. If I being a successful parent, it's not enough to be a great coach, because my only perspective will not be helping everyone. My only perspective, my experiences, my strategies may help few, it may not help all. So that is the second step you have to take, is to grow with perspectives if you want to be a great coach. And certain traits we discussed which a coach shall have. 6 traits we discussed that which you shall have to be a great coach. Anyone? Rishika, Surmai, Nyang, you were there yesterday. Which all traits we shall have?
A good listener, good communicator.
Good listener.
Observer.
And what is the ratio?
First is
1:1.
empathetic.
First is
1:1.
Empathetic,
Speaking and
be a
learning,
good listener, good
50-50.
communicator.
And empathetic
Empathetic.
and good communicator.
Okay,
And
I'll go
be
one by
firm
one.
on our ideology.
First was being empathetic, right? Which is the foundational requirement of coaching. If you want to help some families, you need to be empathetic to their needs, their feelings, their emotions, the way they think. Second, that coach need to be a good listener, and we discussed the right ratio, the right proportion of speaking to listening is
1:1.
1:1, 50-50. Means in
50-50.
coaching interventions, 50% time you can speak, other 50% time you have to
Listen.
listen, you have to make your coaches speak.
Yes.
We also discuss about another trait, you shall be good communicator.
Good
And
communicator.
you all are good communicators. I know you are from teaching background, somebody is from corporate, you're good communicators. But most important in communication is, in coaching, the most important aspect in communication is adult learning
Principles.
How many of you Googled it? I told you to Google it. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
I did.
You
Yes,
did?
Googled it. Yes.
Okay.
Self-direction, transformation,
Experience,
mentorship, mental orientation, motivation,
And respect.
readiness to learn.
readiness to learn.
Readiness to learn. Now, the like maybe it sounds it may sound absolutely different to all those who were not able to join yesterday, but to tell you that when you coach adults, we need to understand adults have a different pattern of learning. Means if you are training young kids, it's different. Then you train adults, it's different. I hope you all agree with me. So there are 6 principles which we need to understand how an adult learns. So I asked them to Google a term called adult learning principle. I'll share a document with you today to read more about it. And it's a very powerful topic. I'm sure many those who are in teaching, they must have read about pedagogy, art and science, the way young kids learn, the methodology to teach young kids. Andragogy is a methodology to teach adults. That's what I asked them to Google, which says that adults learn at their own pace. They learn at their own pace and they have intrinsic motivation to learn something. Suppose if you came over here to learn, then only you can learn. I can't impose learning on you. Right? We can't do much follow-ups also. Adults don't like follow-ups. And they only imbibe those things which are relevant to their goals. Without goals, adults don't learn. They need to have a goal. Anything which is not matching their goal, they may not be imbibing it. For example, when you go to a young student, means 3rd standard, 4th standard, when you go and you start teaching them, young kids are always very receptive to whatever you are giving them. They do not cross-validate the information. If you share some information with them, they will not be validating that information based on their knowledge or wisdom. They just imbibe. They are in imbibing mode. But when you deal with adults, suppose if I'm right now discussing things with adults, you adults, whatever I'm sharing, first your thinking brain is validating that information and then you accept it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Means if I share something with you, you connect it to your wisdom, your experiences, your practical knowledge, and then you validate it. So means your validation is based on your own experiences, your goals. If it is not relevant to you, it's not logical to you, you will not imbibe it. So that's a big difference. So you have to be relevant, you have to be rational, full of rationales, and you have to be respectful to adults. Even in coach-coachee relationship, the fundamental difference between coaching, training, mentoring is that when you coach, when you teach an adult, your relationship with the adult is this. You are a giver and adult is a receiver. So when you are a giver, you have a giving hand, a superior hand. Being teacher, being trainer, being mentor also. Right? So the one who is giver, they may sometimes get tough with the adult. Adult will not mind because adult is a receiver. Right? So if your mentor is one day getting tough with you, hey Shalvi, why you're not doing it? So Shalvi may not mind much. She will not feel bad about it. Right? Because Shalvi is getting value out of that mentor. और मेंटर अगर कोई गुरु किसी को गलत गलत बोल दे, बुरा बोल दे, तो शायद गुरु चेला बहुत ज्यादा बुरा फील करता नहीं. Because their relationship is this. But coach-coachee relationship is this. If in coach-coachee relationship, if you treat them with disrespect or you get blunt with them, do you think they're going to come back to you?
No.
Disconnect. If my coachee is a bureaucrat, they have a professional ego, they have a personal ego, because any parent who is coming to you, they are adults with high ego and they also have some professional ego also out of their position. A principal, somebody may be a businessman, somebody may be a politician also. If I go and tell them, see Rishika, you are not doing your parenting well. See Urvashi, you are not doing your parenting well. What you're doing is wrong. If we directly go and bluntly say that, do you think they're going to accept it?
No.
Direct approach will not work. And that's why over here, the approach which we use is called facilitation. Facilitation works wonders in this. That helps over here. Which is non-imposing approach. Halaki, this facilitation as a concept, when we discuss coaching modules and all, it is one of the very powerful module. How to make people understand things without imposing ideas on them, by asking questions, by opening up discussion with you. Right? So 3 R's which we were discussing yesterday are very important while dealing with adults: respect, relevance, and logic, rationale. If you keep these 3 R's in mind, you will always have good communication, good relationship with adults. Right? Then we discussed that you shall have clear ideological stand. What does it mean? You shall be firm and clear on your ideologies. What does it mean?
We should stick to what we guide or what we preach.
Your idea should be rational. It should have facts and figures. And it should not be vague.
It shall not be vague, and it shall be supported by strategies, actionables. If we heard an idea, we liked an idea, it's not enough to coach people. You have to be thorough. Then only you can start your coaching. Now, suppose if I say, like, if I ask you that how many of you are there, those who want that they don't want to be punitive and they don't want to negatively reinforce their kids while correcting them. Those who don't want to be punitive with their kids. How many parents are there? If I ask this question to parents, that how many of you don't want to be punitive with your kids, you don't want to be harsh with them, tough with them while correcting them, what do you think will be the answer of parents?
All of us.
All of us. At least we choose, if we want, that we shall not. But do we succeed? Many a time not.
Yes.
We don't want to do it, but we end up doing it. No parent want to be tough with their kids, but when things are out of their control, they feel like this is the only way. It may not be their first choice, but it is their last resort. When things will not work, they will go back to being tough with them. Now, if I keep saying that you shall be positive, you shall be positive, you shall be positive, positive reinforcement, and if things are not getting corrected properly, you will start feeling like it seems a philosophy. It's just a wish. We can't do it practically. And that's where I yesterday, day before yesterday, I told you to see that video of Award and Ignore. How many of you seen that? Which I told you to go courage to encourage on that app. No, haven't seen. So that is the solution. So until we give that solution to the client, they will feel like it is just a wish. It's just a philosophy. We can't practically do it. Practically, you can only do it when you know that tool, Award and Ignore, which will replace carrot and stick. And Award and Ignore, once you understood, it's wonderful tool, amazing. It has to be supported by a strategy. Then only you will be able to do it. Right? Understood?
Yes, sir.
We heard this philosophy so many times. This, we shall love kids unconditionally. But are we really able to do it?
No.
I'll give you an example on this. Suppose, just visualize that situation when your child demanded something from you and you are willing to give that thing to your child, and you have given that thing to your child. Child is demanding something, you are willing, and you have given that thing to your child. At that point of time, when you delivered their demand, what is your conduct at that point? What type of behavior you reflect as a parent? When you delivered the demand of your child, at that time, your facial expression, your body language, the way you speak at that time, right? Is it positive or negative? Tell me. Positive emotions, positive gestures you display, or negative gestures and negative emotions?
Sometimes
Positive.
positive, sometimes negative, maybe.
When you deliver demands, mostly you are positive. Mostly you communicate love through your body language. Compassionate you are. See, I delivered it. Oh, wow, that's good. You love your kid at that time. You rather say this many a time. The mama loves you now. You got it? At that time, we are negative. On the contrary, when your child is demanding something and you are not willing to fulfill that demand, and they started throwing tantrum, at that time, your body language, your emotions, are they positive or negative? Tell me.
Negative.
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 You are
Most of
upset at that time, or sometimes your voice go up. Love is absent. Love is present when we do deliveries, and when love is absent when we don't do deliveries. So can we, are we displaying unconditional love?
No.
No.
That means love has something to do with agreement or disagreement. Where we agree, love is present. Where we disagree, love is absent. And that is why we are establishing a message in child's mind that where there is delivery, there is love. Where there is no delivery, there is no love. Because love is absent. And if we go for solution in this case, it's only one step. Only one step you have to change. Next time, when your child is throwing tantrum, you are not agreeing with them and they are demanding. Choose not to go away from them. Choose to be near them. Kiss them, hug them, speak love at that time. Say this, I love you. I love you. I don't want to see you crying, but I can't do this. I'm not going to deliver this. I love you. Speak it and do it 4 times. Do it 4 times and you will see the magic now. You will be able to correct the message at child's end and you will be able to display unconditional love. Because you're loving your child at that time when usually it is upset. When they are cranky, when you're not delivering demands. If you did it 4 times, if you succeeded, you learned the way how unconditional love can be displayed. Even the child will get to know that love and deliveries are 2 different things. Otherwise, we ourselves has made their mind material in that way. Where there is love, there is delivery. Where there is no delivery, there is no love. And now when you are not delivering, at that time you have to love them more. Your guilt will never bother you. You will never have a fear of this thing, my child will feel my mama doesn't love me, my papa doesn't love me. You will never have. Why? Because love is present. Love is not absent. We keep saying unconditional love, unconditional love. How we can display it? That is something which is very important to be understood. And until you have that how wala part, will you be able to do coaching? I
No.
just given you one tool, one small tool of it. And there are many ways you can display unconditional love. Many moments are there. Your conduct will change the game. My point is, if we as coaches, we heard it, we read something, and we are not thorough about it, then you can't coach people because people will have questions. They will have apprehensions, and you shall be thorough enough to clear those apprehensions. And that is why I highlighted the 4th point that do not get fascinated by philosophies and ideas in parenting. Parenting, you can help people by actionables, right? You may have heard about a concept, delayed gratification. How many of you? Do not
What's that?
deliver
Delayed?
demands, delayed gratification. Don't deliver their demands there and then. Postpone it. How many of you heard it? Marshmallow
Yes.
experiment. Anyone? It's a beautiful experiment. Please go through it. If you want, I can share a video with you. Marshmallow experiment, which says that instant when you deliver demands, the child has no tendency to wait. Their patience level is not getting developed, and many more outcomes are there, which that research, this experiment video will explain you a lot of things. What are the advantages of delayed deliveries? But the point is, if I tell somebody that I show them the video, I explain them what is the advantage of postponement, delaying the delivery, and a parent start doing it. The moment they start doing it, child start throwing tantrums. And if that parent doesn't know how to manage tantrums, will they be able to do what we suggested them? I suggested you, next time your child is demanding something, postpone the delivery by half an hour, by 1 hour. Tell them I'll give you in some time. And if your child start throwing tantrums, and you don't know how to manage tantrums, will you be able to postpone? No.
No.
As a coach, I need to train them on this also. Means I can't give them half-cooked solutions. Okay, go and postpone. I need to tell them the moment you will postpone, these challenges will come, and when this challenge will come, this has to be managed this way. How to manage tantrums? Suppose if I tell you that when you manage tantrums, you have to be firm on your viewpoint, and you live in a joint family, you may have chosen one day, your child is demanding something from you, you chosen, okay, I'm not going to give, I'm firm, I said no, and I'll be firm on my no. But what happened? When you were saying no and your child was crying, at that time, somebody else came from your family and they delivered that thing. Happened with you or not?
Yes.
If it
Yes.
happened, that means you failed again. Why you failed again? Because your team at home is not in consensus with you. You have different ideas and they have different ideas. And if you don't know how to have consensus at home, even you will not be able to recondition child's mind. You will not be able to manage tantrums. So there are a lot of things which are interlinked, and that's where strategies are needed. और आजकल हम देखते हैं रील्स, शॉर्ट्स, और हमें लगता है कि एक मिनट में we will be able to get a solution. No. That 1 minute video or 2 minutes video can only tell you what you don't know. It may not give solution. Like I am telling you what is not available, what you don't know, what all things you may know. But am I giving you detailed solution? No, that's there in the detailed programs. One topic needs half an hour to 1 hour discussion. There are few strategies which needs 3 hours discussion. Then only you will be able to understand it thoroughly, and this thoroughness is needed. If anyone is saying that I will be able to do parenting by learning through YouTube videos, they can't. They need a support, because it's not about knowing what's right. It's not about knowing what's wrong. It's all about moving from wrong to right. This journey from wrong to right will be supported by a coach, right? So we discussed about other traits which we discussed. I hope you got this clarity now, much more from yesterday, that you need to be clear and firm on your stand. You need to be a good observer, being a coach, and you need to be a good reader. One book I shared yesterday, this book is very good, Parenting with Love and Logic. Please do read this book, one of the finest. Two more I'll share today, right? Save it. Whenever you get time, please read those books. A parent coach need not to be. We discussed what traits we shall control with us. What are those traits?
Judgmental,
Being judgmental,
impatient or impulsive,
being impulsive,
Closed or
negative,
being closed,
and negative.
negative. Right.
Negative.
And some benefits we discussed of parent coaching. Now, few very important points about this role, very interesting points which we need to be mindful when we are in parental coaching. Since we are going to coach parents, the first thing which we need to be clear about is that we are going to coach parents, not children. In this role, parental coaching, my coachee is parent,
parents.
not children. I'm going to coach and train parents, but I'm not going to do parenting on their behalf. And that's very important. Many of you, maybe people, those who are already into coaching and healing, one problem is very pro. This parent start expecting that you shall talk to my child on my behalf. You shall convince my child on my behalf. My child is not eating food if you can talk to my child.
Yes.
My child is not studying if you can convince. And if you started doing it, are you enabling your coachee or you are making them dependent on
Making them dependent.
you? We are making them
Dependent.
We are not enabling them. And if you started doing it for them, then they will be always seeking कि आज आप ही बात करो, आपकी बात सुनते हैं, और वो सुनेगा भी. When you will do, it will work for sure. And that is a fix. That is a fix. Because when you start doing it and start working, you feel confident about your work. It is working. And if you start doing it, then you are not acting as a parent coach. You are acting as an expert parent hired by them, an outsourced parent. Now,
But
parents
sir,
are
can I
not.
ask you something?
Yes, yes.
Because I'm a Montessori teacher.
Hmm.
If I'm working as a teacher now, if my students' parents only they are telling me, like you tell the students, like my own students, what shall I do?
Again, I'm telling you, there are certain things which they can do better because they have child for longer hours. Their intervention is going to matter. So you can tell that I am to anyways doing my interventions at this place where my child is with me for 3, 4, 5 hours, but your child is with you for 6, 7 hours. Certain things you have to learn, right?
Okay, sir.
Even if I do, you don't do it. Things will not work that way, right?
Okay.
And it has to be collective work. Let's learn it. Being teacher, till the time your child is there with you, you may have that pattern with you, but they also have to have it. They can't have different patterns, so they need to learn it. You can propose them, right?
Okay, sir.
But if you are not a teacher, then you're a parent coach. If they ask you to do it and you are doing it, then they get dependent on you. Then they pay you not as a coach, they pay you as a expert parent hire. Or we are in that country where parents are ready to pay for this also. They outsource their parenting, right?
Yes.
So we need to be conscious about it, that we are going to help them. If they don't know how to do it, we'll train them, we'll coach them. Even if they are unable to do it, we'll motivate them. But ultimately, this job has to be done by a parent only,
Yes.
right? And when you do coaching, keep one fact in mind, that it's not about your son and daughter. It is their son and their daughter, which is different from your son and your daughter, right? I was discussing yesterday, if I keep giving examples of my kids to my clients, will it help?
No.
No. That
All are
way,
different.
you will not be effective. And second, you become predictable also.
Comparison also starts.
Comparison also. If I am raising 2 kids, if I'm raising 2 kids at home and I keep giving examples of my kids to you, right? I
Yes.
keep giving example of my kids to you. So at one point of time, you start feeling like that he doesn't have anything beyond this. Will you see me as a thorough resource?
No,
seasoned
they
one?
will think that you are always praising your kids and
One I'm praising on my kids, or other you may be feeling that he is an expert parent chosen to be a parent coach. He doesn't have any other example. At one point of time, you will start feeling, okay, your kids are different, mine is different. What works at your place may not work at my place. Your child seems to be very cool, mine one is very aggressive. You tell me how to deal with that child. Yes or no? So there will be rather
Yes.
a denial if I keep giving examples of my kids. और एक और ड्रॉबैक ये है कि if I keep giving examples of my kids, then I never feel like having more case studies. I as a coach doesn't grow, because the moment you stop yourself not to give examples of your kids, you will be in a dire need of more case studies. Automatically you will read more, you will learn more. But the moment you are satisfied with your own case studies, you keep giving it to your clients, neither you are effective nor you are growing, because you get satisfied. You don't feel like reading more, doing more. Are you getting my point? Right?
Mm.
So restrict yourself. We tell coaches that you shall not be much towards your family. When you read more, when you observe more, when you do more case studies, you will get to know. You will have ample case studies to share. You need not to give examples of your kids. Right? And since when we get into coaching, people start believing in your words. They respect you for your profession. They believe in you. At that point of time, there are certain things which we need to be conscious about. And that is that anyways, parents and teachers unknowingly many a time, they give adjectives to certain child, certain labels, tags they are giving to them. At least we as parent coaches shall not be the source of that tag. When you have to tell a parent that your child is slow learner, the moment you said so, they will believe in that. It will directly get into their belief. They are not going to cross validate it, because they respect you, they trust you. If you said, okay, this child is this, they're going to believe in this. So if your words are going to matter, don't you think you shall be conscious about it? What you're saying? At that point of time, I shared a solution with you that when, if you recall, that when you are going to highlight certain problems of a child or inabilities of a child, instead naming it with one word, explain it. If I have to tell someone that your child is hyperactive, can I explain it without using this word hyperactive? Tags and labels are one words or two words. One or two words easily become label or tag for someone. Instead, using those one words, specifically negative labels, if we use, don't you think we shall explain that inability to someone? If I have to tell that your child is reserved and shy, instead of using this word, can I explain it? I'm just asking you. Can we explain
Yes.
it? How?
My child doesn't mix well with, like, he takes time to mix with people.
Absolutely. He takes time to get along with people. Maybe today he is not comfortable, tomorrow he will be surely comfortable. Right? But the moment we said your child is reserved, shy, or introvert, the parents start believing in the fact. They start addressing their child. ये तो थोड़ा shy है, ये तो थोड़ा introvert है. And this turns out to be a tag, and this tag is going to impact their life for long. At least we shall not be the source. If I, अगर मैंने ये बताना कि your child is hyperactive, how will I explain it to the parent that your
My
child is struggling with physical hyperactivity? Yes. This child, they are unable to control their physical impulses. They are unable to sit at one place for long. They need more physical activities. Instead, using a term hyperactive.
Or
We will
maybe we
highlight-
can say he's excited.
He's excited, and when he is excited, he's unable to control his physical impulses, because hyperactivity is actually not about having more energy. Hyperactivity is having lesser control over energy. When they are unable to control their physical energy and their physical impulses coming from the brain, when their parietal lobe is giving them messages to do physical activities, they are unable to control it, unable to filter it. They end up delivering it. Right? That is what this inability is. We can explain it by, as a coach also, I can do something not to tag the child by explaining those problems. And in this program, which we do, when we enable you as a parent coach, right, you will be helping parents, but we need to restrict ourselves to be a therapist or something. There are certain areas where we can't help. Like if any child who is needing clinical assessment, we'll be guiding them to clinical psychologist or psychiatrist. We don't do assessment for these things. We help people for remedies, but assessments we don't do. And we are not much into this therapies for special kids. So there are areas which we will be defining up to what this extent we can work, not beyond certain things. Right? This is about this role. And when you get into this role, there are many domains. Parenting is so, like if we go according to the work areas, there are many work areas. A lot of areas where parents need guidance. So I'll tell you, there are certain domains which we have. Mindful parenting is one domain. A lot of topics are there under this domain. Lot of topics. Second domain is digital parenting. This is I like we all know that today we live in two type of words, the real world and the digital world. And do we really know the dynamics of digital world, which is different in different age bracket? This is very popular topic, needs a lot of consciousness of parents. Developmental parenting. Many parents, it's not only problems we have a lot of goals for our kids. We want their development, we want successful beings to be raised at home. So what all things we can do for their development purposes? So that's covered under developmental parenting. Then there is strategic parenting. There are a lot of problems in parenting which can be resolved by strategies, skills. So there are a lot of topics under strategic parenting. And if we go one by one, if in mindful parenting, communication is a very important aspect. Importance of listening, right? There are certain practices which we can do in listening. Then there are kids, those who lie in each age, and every parent wants their kids to be truthful. Yes or no? A common problem. Many parents will come to you, those who will complain that the child is lying. How to encourage kids to be truthful? What all things we need to keep in mind while dealing with them? It's a very interesting topic discovered under mindful parenting. The bigger problem today is bribing. When parents get things done by doing things, how to, even if we have built bribe model at home, how to convert it into reward model, how to rectify that situation. This is an interesting topic under this. The least talked topic is importance of toys and games in child's life, especially young kids. Till 6-7 years of age kids, these board games and toys plays an important role in life. And many parents are there, those who don't know the difference between the two. They don't know the advantages of two. And that is why most of the parents end up investing in toys than games. Yes or no?
Yes.
Have you seen 10 years old kids buying guns, dolls, teddies? They are investing in toys, not in the games. Maybe they don't know the advantages of games. Games are much more developing, but still there is less investment. Many parents are there, those who feel games are multiplayer only. But games are single player also. You need not to always be with your child to play those games. They can independently play. A lot of apprehensions they have which need clarity in this. And what type of games and toys can be suggested in which age? That's an important topic. We just discussed about tagging and labeling and its impact. And if you already labeled your child, if you already given some wrong beliefs to them, how to alter those beliefs? This process is very interesting. Making them independent. How to make them independent? What type of approaches, tools we need to use to make them independent? Then there are certain topics which are very important. Analogies are there. 5 C's to bond with them. Quality time is the most talked topic in parenting, but most apprehensions are about quality time. Means if I ask you, what do you mean by quality time?
Spending time with kids when maybe playing or studying or doing some worksheets or something with them without
Listening to them.
Okay.
Spending time with children.
Spending time with children. Okay, that is quality time.
Now, a
Suppose-
quality time is something when we don't have any other emotion in our mind. We're
Hmm.
just positive and we are, focusing only on our kids, not
Yes.
not on
So
anything else. That is
I'll
the
share
quality.
with you. I'll share certain cases with you. Just you share with me that whether it is considered to be a quality time or not. I went with my child to the park, and I'm not using phone. My full attention is with my child. I'm not using phone. Completely undivided attention to child. And child is playing, is enjoying a lot. I'm there with the child, and the child is moving from one play area to another play area, another play area. I'm supervising my child. I'm there. Is it quality time?
In
No.
place of supervising, if we are playing along with the kid, that would be a quality time.
When you
Yes.
are a companion to your child in a play, that will be considered quality time.
It's
Not-
quantity.
Not being there with them. That's not enough. Until you are a companion to your child in a play, right?
Not just a presence. They want our attention. We should play with them.
Attention is different. Maybe your child is playing and you're clapping. They are playing at their own, and you are there, you're giving attention. That's not enough. Until you become a companion to them in a play. Right? When they see you as an equal participant, that is what will be considered as quality time. Understood? Maybe if I took my child to their favorite play zone and they're playing games there, I took them. Definitely, I did something which a parent need to do. But making kids happy by taking them to play zone and being there is not quality time until you are part of that play. Suppose if I ask my child to water the plants, I put a responsibility and my child happily opted that responsibility. My child is watering the plants. As a parent, I'm happy that my child took responsibility and they're completing that task. I'm awarding them, appreciating them. But is it quality time? Engaging them in certain things, right? Positive things, will it be considered quality time?
No.
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 If there are 10 plants to water, 3 plants they are watering, young child, and 7 you are doing, or 50-50 you are doing. It's a process where you both are companion in completion. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is quality time. Even when we talk to our kids, like if I ask you that just recall last 10-15 interactions with your child, last maybe aajkal mein hi hongi, when you met your child, when they came back from school, how you started the conversation with the child? How had you started the conversation?
How was your day?
What did you do at school?
Obviously, this is the obvious way to start a conversation. Either we start a conversation with a question or we start a conversation with an instruction, guideline. उसे वहां उठा के रख दो, वो ले आओ. How was the school? How was this and how was that? We start. See, surprisingly, 99% chances are there that you start your conversation with a question or an instruction. And the problem is, after a span of time, these kids, they stop liking this questioning because we don't know when these questions will become probing and suspicious. और हमें आता ही ये है. मैं अगर आपको एक task दूं, in next 5 days, you have to start a conversation with the child without asking a question. Without asking a question, you have to start a conversation. Believe me, you will not be able to speak with them.
Maybe we can start from us that what I have done.
Which is
today.
most important. If you are interested to know what they did in school, why don't you tell what you did in the school at home today? What was your routine? Yes or no? How many times we tell
Yes.
them? Okay, मैं suppose
We never tell them.
अगर suppose मैं अगर नीचे जाके अपनी daughter को बोलूं कि there are participants in my class. So tomorrow when she will come back, she will say there are 4 friends of us, we are doing a project. But if I go that in my class there is Nyang, there is Rishika, right? There is Surimai, there is Preeti. If I tell names to her, she will tell names to me tomorrow. That me, X, Y, Z, we 4 are doing this project. We are mostly into asking mode. We are actually, this mindset, we call it supervisory mindset. That being a supervisor, it's my right to get to know what's happening in their life. Why they shall be important? They shall be interested to know what's happening in my life. उन्हें क्यों important है? But why it is important for you to know what they had in lunch? Why don't you tell what you had in lunch? And it's amazing if you start doing it. Initially, you will be uncomfortable because you haven't done it. Even child will be a bit uncomfortable with what they're doing. But you start doing it, you will see a different bond with your kids. And if many parents will feel asking question is quality time, it's not. Quality time is talking, sharing, listening. That is quality time. It's not asking. I'm just sharing a brief discussion I had, though we spent some good time on this concept called quality time. And I'm just sharing there are apprehensions. Whenever a parent, I'll give another example. Whenever a parent who is working parent coming home from office, if they are feeling कि बहुत दिन हो गया, I haven't spent good time with my kids. Now, what they are planning? Whenever they feel like that I have to spend quality time with my kids, they start planning to go out. Am I right, wrong? कि चलो आज dinner पे चलो.
Right.
चलो आज लंच उस पे चलते हैं, मॉल में चलते हैं. They start planning to go out. Means they feel like to spend quality time with someone, we have to take them out. That's not true. Quality time is something which need to be done every day. Even if you have 10 minutes, you can spend quality time with the kids. But उन्होंने इसको weekend के लिए postpone कर. Weekend पे will do. Why? Because they don't have this clarity in mind that even 10 minutes, even if you play tic-tac-toe with your child, if you even if you play akkad bakkad bombay with your child for 10 minutes, it's quality time. Even to play stone, paper, scissors with the child, you don't need any object. You need not to go out. Right? But we never think of those things. We know all these things, but we never think of it. Because हमें लगता है बड़ी चीज करते हैं, weekend में बाहर ले जाएंगे, quality time. Or that is actually not quality time. Even if you go on weekend out, your child is enjoying in the mall, having food, they are enjoying. Anyways, the quality time is not there. Only the traveling time considered to be when you talk something with their child, that is considered to be that. Otherwise, we can't say that all the time which you spend with the kids is quality time at the time. Just highlighting that few things we are not much clear about, which needs clarity at parents and guidance. Then we all somehow get into negative guidance with the kids. Don't choose to, but unknowingly we become. Suppose if your child is, you just caught your child jumping on the sofa. The child is jumping on the sofa. What is the next sentence you will utter? You'll speak.
Don't jump, you'll fall down.
Don't jump.
Don't jump.
Please
you're
don't
falling
jump.
the sofa. Now, what we highlighted, the moment they do something wrong, we have no, don't. No, don't. It is so much there in our pattern that where we highlight what not to do. But when the child is doing something wrong, at that time we highlight what not to do. Do we highlight what to do? When the child is jumping on the sofa, you can tell them, jump on the floor, not on the sofa. But what we said, don't jump on the sofa. So you're trying to stop an energy rather than redirecting the energy. When this child is jumping on the sofa, you can tell them, come play with me, go play there. We don't tell them what to do. We always tell them what not to do. Yes or no? Agree?
Yes, sir.
Even people, those who are in the field of manifestation, those who believe in law of attraction and all, affirmations and all, there are certain researches which highlights in that field that by the time child is reaching 15 years of age, that child have heard no and don't around 5 lakh times. 5 lakh times. That child has heard no and don't from parents or from teachers. Itni no bolte hain. Because whenever child is doing something wrong, we have no and don't. We stop them or we tell them you will fall down, you'll do this, you'll do that, you'll spoil this. But we never highlight what to do in the moment. Right? Understood?
Sir, can you repeat the second last one? 5 C's to bond with kids.
5 C's, this is actually an analogy which helps us connect with our kids. Isme 3 C's are connect, complement, and communicate, and 2 C's. It's a detailed topics. I'm just giving you a brief of each. These are detailed topics. When these programs which you do, right, when you will be acting as a parent coach, when you undergo those programs, these are the topics which are under each head on which you get trained, and you will be further training parents on. Same way, digital parenting mein, for young kids, the concept is different. For grown-ups, concept is different. For toddlers and preschoolers, they don't choose their platforms. So we have a separate discussion on that. And teenagers have different engagements in this tech world. So tech and toddlers may majorly we talk about impact of 3D view screens, 3D view games on brain development, the science behind it, rules of screen viewing, everything and anything which they are watching, how to validate that content. That's very important because it's a parent who can validate the content, child can't. And can we allow every child to watch anything and everything? And if I ask you, like many of you are there, those who have young kids. How many times we checked on Google which is the minimum age to watch that cartoon, XYZ cartoon? How many times? Many parents feel if it is cartoon, it is meant for kids. Is it true? If it is animated, it is meant for kids. Can we say that?
No, nowadays though cartoons also have very informal languages.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
there are age specific programs. Means if I talk about this Doraemon, what do you think? What is the minimum age recommended by the Doraemon team itself? What they recommend? What shall be the minimum age to watch that program?
Not sure, but maybe 5 or 6.
Yes,
Till 5 or
But
6.
above
you-
5.
Now I am talking about it. You are thinking about 5 to 6. But the moment our 2 years old, 3 years old child look up to screen, this Doraemon is going on there because we feel like it is cartoon. The cartoon is meant for kids, right? But it's not like that. Just a minute. Just give me a moment. Yes, sorry. So we were talking about this. I'm just giving an example on this. Each content which they are viewing that shall be validated based on the language, behavior, actions. And even there are a lot of parental control apps today, the support system available for working parents, those who are out, they are unable to control what kids are watching, they can control it, provided they know. And these topics we discussed in this topic, technology and toddlers. Then tech and teens, so anyways, is a very crucial topic. These teenagers are today experiencing everything. They are watching everything which is available. They are moving in every corridor of web space. And it is said that 30% web space is dark. 30% portals which are available on web are made with the ill intention. Dark web. So don't you think this teenager need to know a lot about this digital world? There are certain digital truths which a teenager need to know. Every user need to know. So this is something which we train parents on. Presence of online predators. There are people, those who are, their business is to fool people. We call them online predators. Financial predators are there, right? There are predators, those who are fooling people, right? Blackmailing people by trapping them. There's dark web, cyber safety guidelines. Addictions are taking place in a big way, which we were discussing. And many parents nowadays will come to you, the child is addicted. How to help them? Kids are hooked to platforms. How to help them? And all these platforms which are made, I'm sure you are also there anyways on social media. Maybe we may be playing certain games or certain platform we use. These platforms, the companies which are making these platforms, they are also using science to hook our brains. There's a concept, they call it the hook model. They use that hook model to hook our brains to their platforms. Even if you wish to leave certain platforms, you can't. Has it happened with you anytime that you were using some platforms and you got so habitual that one day you had to uninstall it to get rid of it? Happened?
Yes, for example, Netflix.
Netflix. means you have to consciously like close its subscription, then only you got rid of it.
We
Sometimes
never
certain
took the
games are there.
subscription. Looking at people, we never took the subscription.
Subscription now. This is you. That's great. You are conscious about it. But there are people those who get hooked to it, and you know why you are not subscribing it, because you know that
Because we know that they trap.
going to-
It's a trap.
It's a trap. And the point is, when you, if the adult brain can be hooked, then these tender brains are very easy to hook. Let's understand it. They are hooking these our young kids' brain. Initially, it's a hook. Later, it becomes addiction. Don't you think it? Every parent need to know about the science they are using. And there is a very beautiful book on this, written by Nereal. The name of the book is Hooked. The name itself is Hooked. And वो जो जिसने लिखी है, the author was a developer in Silicon Valley. He was a developer. They are working for these companies, and he shared what science they are using to hook users' brain.
So they analyze the data.
Lot of things they do, which actually we need to know if we are a digital user. At least our kids shall not get into these traps. They shall not get addicted. They have lot of other things to do in life. They have prime goals. With teenagers, they are in their career's prime time, and at that time, if they are addicted, this we cover under technology and teens and how to prevent digital addictions. These are certain powerful areas where parenting lot of guidance is needed. Then developmental parenting, it's all about parents' aspiration. Every parent wants my child shall holistically grow. Yes or no?
Yes.
But do we really have holistic viewpoint to see the child? अगर
No.
मैं आपसे पूछूं कि which child is intelligent, to whom you will refer as intelligent child, what will be your definition of intelligence?
Not sure.
Every child is intelligent, but in a different field.
In a different field, absolutely right. But if you go to a layman and you ask them that which child is intelligent, they will say the one who is getting more marks. Am I right? Wrong?
Right. Right.
Yes.
Their definition is totally connected to the grades. If any child who is having better grades, they are intelligent. The one who is scoring less is not intelligent. But it's a very limited view. I'm sure many of your friends, those who are not good, your alumni, your classmates, those who are not good at studies, those who are backbenchers, they must be doing well in life today.
Yes.
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 अगर वो पढ़ने में अच्छे नहीं थे फिर तो वो खत्म हो जाते, करियर खत्म हो जाते उनके. But it's not like that. A lot of other things.
Every child has its own talent.
Absolutely. And that talent we can only see when we have those eyes to see. Am I right, wrong?
Yes. Exactly.
अगर मुझे दिखेगा ही तब अगर मुझसे वैल्यू करूंगा, मुझे पता होगा. I will only value creativity of my child if I know how this creativity can be capitalized to child's success. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
हमारी
sir.
दिक्कत क्या है कि हम अपने बच्चों को अपनी नॉलेज के हिसाब से पाल रहे हैं. रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर जी का एक बड़ा पावरफुल स्टेटमेंट है. He wrote that we can't limit our child's growth based on our own knowledge. हमारी नॉलेज लिमिटेड है. If you don't know कि what animators are and what they do, how they earn, that doesn't mean that animator doesn't exist. If you don't know what these astronauts do, that doesn't mean that it's not a career. It's not about your knowledge. It's about what's available today in this era. This era is different from your era. Your knowledge is limited. And हमारी knowledge ज़्यादातर उसी फील्ड में है जिस फील्ड में हम काम कर रहे हैं. If any one of you is a techie, they know more about tech. If anyone who is from medicine, they know much about medicine. If somebody who is coming from the financial field, they know about banking, finance. Yes or no? हमें ज़्यादातर उसी फील्ड का पता है.
Yes, sir.
और अगर आज
Specialist.
अगर आज आके बच्चा बोले कि I want to become, suppose, a public speaker. अब जिस पेरेंट को पब्लिक स्पीकर कैसे कमाता है, कैसे उसकी सक्सेस होती है, ये नहीं पता, वो कहेगा ये कोई काम है.
YouTuber, sir.
YouTuber.
YouTuber,
Until they know,
painter.
until they know that if there is a clear-cut path to success in those careers. Psychology, even if today you tell someone that you why don't you child you propose your child towards this field, they have all the traits. They'll say psychology में कैसे earn करेगा? And I know 22 23 साल के बच्चे महीने का 50 लाख कमा रहे हैं psychology से, right? Even I am in this field. So this is how we are building up everything in life. Many of us. Why? Because they don't know the path. That is why they don't believe in it. As a parent, anyways, they are not wrong. They play cautious. They play conscious. But what they don't have is they don't have that holistic viewpoint to see the child. They don't have a multi-dimensional viewpoint to see the child.
We should allow the child to explore their talents.
Absolutely. And this will be only possible if we know that there are multiple domains. Only one ability of child can fetch them name, fame, money, and success. Only one ability. Provided they are good at one trait. That trait can fetch them name, fame, money, and eventually success. Even people, those who can throw things far, they can be successful. Yes or no?
Yes.
They
Sir,
can- Yes, please.
one question.
Mhm.
For example, if we give a chance to our child to explore themselves, so what are the ways to, you know, help them that how to discover their intelligence, or how would we inspire them?
See, I'll tell you, Nyan, it is all about the environment we create for them, right? And I can only create that environment when I know what all areas are there. Until we know the areas, we will not be able to design an environment. Like, for example, if any child,
I
just see,
have an
yes, Ashik.
I have an answer actually.
Hmm.
So my daughter is 3 year old, and both of us, like me and my husband, we are doctors, and I have been learning dance. I am in Aranga, like I've done my Arangetram in Bharatnatyam, but we have zero idea about singing. And my daughter, since she was 2 years or even younger, she used to sing. So I have just started a singing class for her, because to explore how much she can,
Yes,
or
yes.
how much.
And
Yeah.
in this case, Rishika, you got an early sign that she is into singing. Then only you chose.
Right.
But
Yes.
there are many other areas where we will be unable to see signs. Why you will not be able to see signs? Because we never thought from that angle. I was giving an example on that when
Okay.
you pointed out. Now this there is one child who is very foodie and very sensitive about food. This child is very pro about picking up aroma of the spices. कि इसमें ये डाला है, इसमें मैंने नहीं खाऊंगा, इसको नहीं खाऊंगा, इसमें जीरा डाला है. अब if any child who is very freaky about taste of certain spices, right, and he easily picks up, do you think ये parent को advantage की तरह नजर आ रहा है बच्चे में?
नहीं,
No,
नजर नहीं आता.
disadvantage.
उसे disadvantage नजर आएगा कि ये बड़ा तंग करता है, इसमें ये
हाँ.
डाल दो तो इसमें तंग करता है. They see it as a disadvantage because they actually don't know that this senses which the child is very sensitive on, the taste buds, this can also be capitalized to success in life. They can be food
Right.
tasters, they can be food auditors, they can be food bloggers, tea tasters, wine tasters, coffee tasters, almost everything which is packed today in the world is getting through a tasting process. But अगर मुझे पता होगा कि it is highly remunerative career in the world, तभी मैं उसे वैल्यू दूंगा. अगर मैंने कभी इस एंगल से सोचा ही नहीं, तो ये जो बच्चे की एबिलिटी मुझे नजर आ भी रही है, वो उसे वैल्यू नहीं कर रहा. अब ऋषिका को नजर आई क्योंकि ऋषिका नोज म्यूजिक हैज करियर, उनको नजर आ गई वो चीज. हमें कई चीजें ऐसी हैं जो बच्चे की नजर ही नहीं आ रही. व्हाई? बिकॉज वी नेवर सीन फ्रॉम दैट पर्सपेक्टिव. We don't have a broader perspective to see the child. We have a perspective which is built by society, school
Right.
system. School system is rating our kids on languages,
Absolutely, sir.
mathematics. उसके basis पे we define them who they are.
100% true.
So your question, if you are asking me कि हम कैसे पता करें, उससे पहले तो मेरा perspective खुद का होना चाहिए, तभी I will be able to find out opportunities around me. मेरे पास opportunities बहुत हैं. There are a lot of classes going on, things are moving on, public speaking programs are going on. We will only be able to capitalize on those opportunities if we have that nazariya, right? Yes, Preeti.
I would like to share my experience with my kids, how they got into sports. My elder one, when he was small, he went to many classes. He went to Shamak Dabar dance classes. He didn't like that. He did it for 1-2 years and then left it. Then he also went for football coaching, skating. Skating also he reached national level. And then suddenly one day he came and he said, I don't want to do anything else. I want to play table tennis. So I had enrolled him. I was actually confused because he was changing fields every now and then. But then he explored that he can do very good in table tennis. And then he started achieving all the prizes, awards, and then now he is actually focused totally into it. He prepared for his CET exams in 12th standard, but he gave the CET exam, he cleared, but he didn't go for engineering because he chose his table tennis as a career first. And then he saw that if I go for engineering, I won't be able to do my table tennis. So he sat with the family, he discussed his issues, and then he explored himself. In lockdown, he made computers. He sold many computers, the gaming computers, which if you go to buy in the market, it's of 2 lakhs. He made for 75,000. That he did it from YouTube. He learned and he was doing it. We allowed him to explore. We gave him money to buy all that, and then he sold also 3-4 computers. He is actually balancing. He chooses his career himself. He is doing BMS. We left him alone to make his own choices, even if they were wrong sometimes. Okay, even if they were right, yes. But I always tell my friends also, let your child explore them.
Very
Because
important. And
they-
it has to be in young age. From young age, we have to have this mindset.
Yeah, it was from the age of 3 years. And same thing I've done with the younger son also. He also chose many things and now he is into one because now he's liking that thing. And when they like, they do it by their heart. If you force them to do something, they don't. I have seen they don't like it, then they don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely right. नहीं तो पीछे बार-बार पढ़ना पड़ता है.
Even in ये तो चलो स्पोर्ट्स था, मैं तो कह रहा हूँ academics में भी there are kids who are confused कि मैं language में career बनाऊँ, मैं science पढ़ाऊँ. The kids confused. Why they confused? Because we haven't explored them into all the opportunities which are around. अगर एक बच्चा यंग एज में ओलंपियाड्स कर रहा है तो उसे कम से कम क्लैरिटी तो मिल जाएगी कि मैं लैंग्वेजेस में अच्छा हूँ, मैं इसमें अच्छा हूँ, किस में ज्यादा बेटर कर पा रहा हूँ. एक्सप्लोर करेंगे तो पता चलेगा. अगर उसे 4 गेम्स खिलवाई तो उसे फाइनली क्लियर हुआ कि इस गेम में जहां फिजिकल और आई हैंड रिफ्लेक्सेस मेरे अच्छे हैं, इट इज सपोर्टिंग टू मी, ही चोजन इट. वो स्केटिंग से बेटर लगा उसे बिकॉज ही इज यूजिंग हिज रिफ्लेक्सेस आल्सो, तो द चाइल्ड चोजन दैट फील्ड. कल को वो स्पोर्ट्स में अच्छा कर गया नहीं किया तो मैनेजमेंट इज वन ऑप्शन बिकॉज ही इज डूइंग बीएमएस, तो उसके पास ऑप्शन है. ही कैन गेट इनटू फर्दर इनटू management of sports management is a big career today. Coaching is a career. A lot of things are aligned which are supportive to this environment where the child can see. It's all about information at parents end. अगर parents को information होगी तो वो डरेगा parent, क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा, how they will do, what they will do. डर will not allow us to make decisions. When we
बहुत explore हमें करना पड़ता है.
absolutely, if you have a broader viewpoint, then this acceptance will automatically be there. हमें खुद को तो पता हो क्या क्या है, और that is why our updations are important, and that's where this developmental parenting में we help people with lot of concepts like multiple intelligence. Beautiful concepts are there which helps to give you a multi-dimensional viewpoint to see a child. Even then फिर remedies also. अब एक आपको पता चल गया young age में कि my child is good at music, तो उसका एक nurturing plan भी होता है, how to nurture the strengths and how to improve the limitations. अगर कोई limitation है, how to improve it, there are a lot of remedies which we give to parents. Like parents are there, those who want their child to improve on concentration, they will complain, they will come with a complaint that we want improvement in concentration, we want improvement in linguistic ability of child, we want improvement in memory, we want improvement in handwriting, we want improvement in the child is hyperactive, we want improvement in that area, we want improvement in child's logic, and there are many areas. Shy अगर कोई बच्चा, confidence कम है, every parent is seeking improvement. Am I right or wrong? And it's possible. You as parent coach will be able to give remedies for their functional improvement. And all these areas we covered under this. These are third module we cover it. Then nurturing plan for their excellence. If you got to know early that the child is good at it, how to nurture it so that one day it becomes their excellence. उसे भी nurture करना पड़ेगा, reinforce करना पड़ेगा. Right? Then how to make them independent in all these things. This is very interesting concept, understanding their personality profile. We all know that we are different. And we all know that our kids are different. But मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, have you ever undergone any training on the concept of personality profile? What type of personalities are there? How to identify them?
No.
अगर नहीं किया तो काफी हद तक we are missing on knowing the child. हम अपने तुक्के भी लगा रहे हैं कई जगह, है ना? चल गया तो तीर, नहीं तो तुक्का. But if you have been ever trained on this concept and you know the tools, how to know the personality profile of an individual. If you know your personality, if you know your spouse personality, believe me, lot of this
Lot of problems are
challenges
solved.
and problems in relationship can be avoided, provided we know it in advance. And it can be known. This also is one topic which we cover. We train parents on this also, right? How to help child take informed career decision, right? जैसे हम अभी बात कर रहे थे कि बच्चे को एक्सप्लोर करने का मौका दिया जाए. बच्चे को भी जरूरत है इंफॉर्मेशन की, उसे भी चाहिए उसे बताने वाला हो कैसे कैसे कहाँ पहुंचना है. If child has decided they want to build their career in design, they need to know what is the path, what all milestones are there, what type of preparation is needed. उसे भी information की जरूरत है. We can't be dependent on Google all the time. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is also one area where we help parents how to take informed career decisions. Then child safety reinforcements are very important. Child safety key areas में is bothering parents. This is one area which help in developmental parenting. And the biggest and most important topic which parents come up with is eating habits. Fussy eaters are there, always into junk food, not eating. We have to give mobile phones while eating. Very common problems.
Yeah.
This is also very important. That's where we help parents in development. Then there are certain areas where we help them strategically. Strategic parenting, we call it. We already discussed, I was sharing about instant gratification to delayed gratification. This is strategic. Tantrums, wrong behavioral conditioning and reconditioning plans. Anyone who has been into the one who has done management program, MBA, or if anyone who has done any psychology classes earlier?
No.
There is a concept. There's a concept called classical conditioning. How many of you heard of it?
I know it. I've read it. Like I had a periodontics was my topic in
It was
my
Pavlov's.
graduation. So I
It
have
was Pavlov's experiment.
Pavlov's
Yeah,
experiment. Yes.
experiment.
Yes,
That's a
while
very-
I
So
was
he
doing
keeps-
my B.Ed, then I need
B.Ed
to
mein, I'm
study
sure.
that.
I'm sure.
Hmm.
So this Pavlov experiment is a concept of classical conditioning. How it is that concept is connected to tantrums, how we are behaving wrongly, in a wrong way we are conditioning their behaviors, and how to recondition it. This is something very strategic and very interesting. How to have consensus among parents, which is a big problem today. How to think alike, feel alike, act alike. Avoid and ignore, I already told you, if you go through that courage to encourage video in that app, you'll get to know a lot about this concept of avoid and ignore. Then facilitation is very strategic. Then discipline, having discipline at home is quite strategic. These are those topics which demands 2 hours discussion, each topic, because it's not a small skill to be or some mindfulness needed. These needs detailed discussions, thorough point. It is strategic in nature, and that is how we can help parents. We can't help them by just giving them some gyan about it. We help them with strategies, and for that we have further created our programs, and all this content is further divided into 3 categories. We have train the trainer programs for those who want to be parent coach. Any one of you who wish to be a thorough parent coach, then we have 3 programs to offer you. One is foundational program, which is dedicated to life of toddlers and preschoolers. 24 hours we do training on this, 12 days. Then the second level, which is dedicated to teens, which is 8 days program, and third level, which is dedicated to mid-schoolers, 6 to 12 years of age. 12 hours content we dedicate to it. 3 level of programs we offer those who wish to get into parental coaching. And we do these programs live, 2 hours every day. Next batches are starting on 27th of November. If anyone of you wish to get into this role, you can choose to be in this role by opting any time. Date is same, 27th November, all 3 programs are starting. Time options, you have different, 11 to 1 is option, 4 to 6 p.m. is there, and 7 to 9 p.m. is there also as an option. So this is a certification course. Once you do this certification, this program which you are doing, you are definitely going to get participation certificate for this also on this program. But for each other 3 programs which we do, there will be certification and you will be certified as a parent coach, right? For each level, for toddlers and preschoolers, for adolescents and teenagers, and for mid-schoolers. During these programs, we share all the recordings. If you miss any day, because it's regular programs, we do classes on weekdays, weekends are free. So if you miss any program, the recording will be shared, downloadable recording. Once you become a coach, your profile will be visible on the website. All PPTs, content, and ebooks will be shared with you so that you can also start your journey into parental coaching. Fee for each program is different. First level program fee is 4,000 rupees, second level fee is 2,000, third level fees like second level fee is 3,000, third level fee is 2,000, and if you do all 3 levels in one go, the fee is 7,000. And coincidentally, we offer 2 annual schemes, one at Women's Day in March, one at Diwali, and Diwali offer is going on. So this program you can now get during this time at a throwaway price. It is only 4,998. There's total discount of 44 point. Though we don't give discounts, people those who know us, they know that we don't give discounts. This is only Diwali offer and it is till this time only. So you can avail all 3 programs in 4,998. By paying 5,000 rupees, you can take all 3 programs. Though the fee is 9,000 rupees if you go level by level. For all 3 programs, if you want to go, you can avail it in this Diwali days in 5,000 rupees, 4,998. Nyang, you have to just text the one who invited you. They will immediately help you to register for the program. And once you become a coach, we help you regularly with a lot of programs which we keep doing, like on digital marketing, creative infographic making, reels making, a lot of other programs which are related to it, book writing, how to be on TED and Joe Talks, anyone who want to be, right? A lot of coaches went on TED, Joe Talks already. They are writing their books. We help them write their books also. We have reading groups also. Even at this point of time, one program is going on from last 15 days, which is on launching the course. Ab wo coaches, those who are now ready to launch their course, they're getting training, free training on what? How to launch their course online. You need not to spend on digital marketing also. We help our coaches in this. Fees 6,998. Usually, if you anytime you want to do in future, you have to.
Sir,
pay
if we are
6,998.
only doing for the toddler preschool, is there any offer?
No, there is no offer. Zero offer. Then 4,000 you pay and you do it. और उससे better ये है कि आप 1,000 pay you more and you avail all 3 programs. This is on. And those who have done it, you can see we have a community. It's not that you are not supported. You will be supported post your training also for your coaching interventions, 1 year mentoring services there, marketing collaterals we support you, 90 days plan we give you. देखो कोच बन के काम करना is very tough. How to get business? उसके लिए we help you for a 90 days plan. How to build your credibility? How to do your business in this field? This also we help. Preeti has paid. Thank you, Preeti. I got your registration. Right. So good. So we also support you to reach out to schools also. Already we are serving more than 200 school brands. So whichever city you are, we help you with proposals and all.
My school is also there in that.
Achha, very
Ryan.
good.
My kids are in Ryan.
Okay, right. That's great. So we served few Ryans. Which city you are in?
I am in Mumbai.
Mumbai Ryan.
Mumbai
Ryan.
Malad.
Ryan we have served so many times. Almost major cities where Ryan is. I think Ryan has more than 400 branches.
Yeah.
So you serve them.
I was also a teacher in Ryan for some time.
I met Grace ma'am way back.
She's very good. She knows my kids by name.
Oh, that's great. So if like now, since you attended this 3 days program, something you have experienced, how things will go, and rest you can go through the review section of our Facebook page. These are those people, those who attended these programs. कोई doctor था, कोई PhD in psychology, right? Teachers, school principals. Read their reviews. Your decision making will be easy. If they have invested time and money, how much value they have got, please read the reviews. It will help you to make your decision quickly. And this is anyways a time, because you are in that time where the scheme is going on, you can take advantage of it. Value, I can tell you, even if you pay tomorrow, when you pay full, even 10 times worth you're going to get out of this program. This I can assure you. And if
Sir,
you
I
visit,
too, because I already gone through this course, and actually it is not means it is not worth 5,000. It is much, much, much more than that.
Acha, Veena.
Yeah, really, I am telling you, the other courses I also going through with SuccessGAN and all. I told my colleague and the other parents too to join your courses, because I never ever seen this kind of means the deep parenting is giving to their means to their trainer, the level and the commitment level and everything. Means Yogita is a wonderful means whenever I told that I need revision classes, she arranged revision classes for me, and then the means but the from Mother's Day to Father's Day, the programs we have
Carnival of Food.
attended. Yeah, so those are very amazing. I don't know, sir, how you are giving this course on this means 5,000 only. I really
I'll tell you
cannot understand.
I'll tell you the objective.
I think we are lucky to get it for that. Even I
Yeah, I'll tell you,
agree.
Veena.
Because
So what
because
is
you
your
know,
inspiration?
entire year I got the support, means each and everything, whatever I needed and whatever I asked for.
I'll tell you, refreshers are free, which Veena, I don't know Veena, right? Veena was in refresher. So refreshers are free, you can do anytime, means multiple times. Many a time it
Yes.
happens, people do programs, then they get busy in their life, and when they want to start their journey again, then refreshers they need not to pay again. They can anytime do. Now, like what I tell you, we are not a commercial company, pehla point. We are not a private limited company. It's an association. Since it's an association, we have limits. We can't, and हम कोई और scheme भी नहीं देते. Our scheme is usually this Women's Day or Diwali. इसी time पे. Otherwise एक regular scheme चलती रहती है. और our objective is not to much earn out of it. Our objective is to expand. 5 lakh, 50 lakh parents we have trained. 11 lakh we have trained in last 8 years. Our target is 50 lakhs, 5 million in next 2 years. We can't do it without you people. Coaches are there, they're actually contributing every day. अभी भी मेरा सुबह एक discussion थी program की, और अभी फिर आपके बाद I'm anyways with my existing coaches. So every
It's
day,
really amazing. Yeah,
every
it's
day we have
really amazing.
one other program is going on for existing coaches. So once you get into coaching, the regular support system is created, and it's not created by me. It's an association which is doing. It is now. It's not individually created for somebody. It is for the group. So if anyone who wants to be in the group, they take advantage of it. That's what I tell you. Once you will, I can only tell you, okay, it is worth investing. Rest experience, so you will get only once you get into this model. I'll suggest you just to have a clarity. अगर आपको लग रहा है तो एक ये प्लेटफॉर्म है कि मैं शेयरिंग, वैसे तो if you want to go on deepparentingcoaches.com, I've just given a link to it, deepparentingcoaches.com. इस पे क्लिक करोगे, you will go to our coaches website. There are coaches profile, hundreds of profiles are there of coaches. और किसी भी कोच के प्रोफाइल को ओपन करो, किसी के भी, अपने शहर का कोई कोच उठाओ, अपनी सिटी का, राइट? वहां आप सर्च करके अपनी सिटी का भी कोच ढूंढ सकते हो. You call that coach, any coach, you call them and ask them. उन्हें पूछो डायरेक्टली फोन करके what they invested and how much value they have got, और कब से वो जुड़े हुए हैं, और क्या क्या सपोर्ट उनको हर महीने हर साल मिलती है, ये आप फोन करके पूछो उनसे। मैं किसी एक की बात नहीं कर रहा, आप किसी को भी कॉल करो, एनीवन फ्रॉम एनी कंट्री, यू कॉल देम
I
and
totally agree.
you will get to know that anyways I'm not claiming anything. You will get to know. Your decision making will be easy whether we shall go for it or we shall not, right? So rest absolutely is your call, the way you want to do it. Anyone who want to talk to me personally, they can call me also. My number I have mentioned.
Sir, I have attended the last 3 days and I feel that I don't need to call or ask somebody whether I have to attend or not. I'm definitely joining.
Chalo, that's great. Wonderful. Good to see you. And 3 programs are options are there upcoming 27 November, 11 to 1, 4 to 6, and 7 to 9.
Sir, actually, there's one issue. I have a family wedding to attend on 27th and 28th. So I want to join this program, but the entire day.
First 2 days are repetitive. First 2 days are repetitive, so anyways you will have an advantage. If you attended foundation, because foundation वाले वहाँ पे 20% होते हैं total.
Okay.
Direct भी होते हैं. So first 2 days है उसका content is same because उसमें we are going to
And
talk about
also, I think you'll be giving the
recordings. We'll give.
recordings.
Anyways, we'll give recordings.
So yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So you just text the one who invited you. They will immediately help you to register.
Okay.
Register
Sure.
in Diwali scheme only.
Sure, sir.
Right. All set. Any query you have? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to ask a question.
Yes, Sangeeta ji.
Yeah, sir, I am a single parent. Yeah, I have adopted my daughter. Is there any kind of material in your course which will help a single parent?
सारा
single-
content parent के लिए है, चाहे वो single है, चाहे nuclear है, चाहे joint में है. It is for them only. So definitely.
Okay.
This
Thank you.
entire program is for all type of parents. It's not only for joint families always. Single parents also. Shall we? I know maybe this month is busy. This scheme is there. January 8th को 3 programs are starting. Timings are same. 8th January को. December में there is no batch because ये जो November में batch शुरू हो रहा है ये January में खत्म होगा. तो 11 to 1, 4 to 6, 7 to 9 time is available. You can enroll for that program. अगर आप फ्यूचर में करना चाहो तो भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. The fee will be 6998. अभी सिर्फ 2000 का एडवांटेज मिल रहा है.
सर मुझे ये क्वेश्चन है कि ये जो 3 मतलब ये जो एंटायर कोर्स है वो हर रोज होगा वीकडेज एंड टाइमिंग सेम रहेंगे जो 3 ऑप्शंस है.
तीनों ऑप्शन है. आप जैसे सपोज करो कि आप कह रहे हो कि मुझे 2 ग्रुप्स में डाल दो तो ग्रुप 2 में डाल देंगे. अगर आपने 11 to 1 ऑप्ट किया है उस दिन आपने 11 to 1 मिस कर दिया तो 7 to 9 कर दो. अदरवाइज रिकॉर्डिंग तो मिलेगी क्योंकि ये सेम डे स्टार्ट होते हैं. तो देयर आर पीपल दोज से मैं तीनों में ऐड कर दूं अगर हमने मिस, क्योंकि फ्लो सबका सेम है. फ्लो इज सेम, राइट? ओनली पार्टिसिपेंट्स आर डिफरेंट.
और सर जैसे ये वाली हुई जूम क्लास वैसे ही होगी वो भी?
एब्सोल्युटली सेम, कंसल्टेटिव जैसे हम अब बात कर रहे हैं.
हाँ,
इट्स नॉट के वीडियो इज ऑफ और सो रादर उसमें वीडियो ऑन रखेंगे.
ओके सर.
राइट.
ओके.
So thank you. Thanks,
Thank you,
Siddhant. If
sir.
you have any query, Preeti has registered. Others, please register. I'll add you in the respective groups. Preeti, you tell also which group you want to be added.
Sir, you were saying that you can be in all 3 groups.
Yeah.
So,
All 3 groups.
because I have other classes also, I'm doing masters in acupuncture from Skill India. So, my classes timings are clashing in all the 3 groups. So, I'll have to miss one of the batches. So, if it's possible, please enroll me in 3 groups so that I can
I'll add you.
come.
I'll add you in all 3 groups.
Yeah, I can join anyone according to the.
Through whom? Who invited you? Which
Yogita.
coordinator? Yogita.
Yogita.
So what Yogita will do? Yogita will share your contact details to me. I'll add you in that.
Yeah, mostly I will take 11 to 1 batch regularly. But in case if I miss that, I would like to take the 4 to 6 batch.
Absolutely possible. Right? Chalo, see you all. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks for joining. And I hope you got value of 3 days.
Yeah, it was very wonderful.
Bye-bye. See you all.
Bye, sir. Thank you.